The town of Kenilworth up here in the hinterland is probably one of the lesser known areas of the Sunshine Coast. Although I reckon if you're one of those people whose eyes light up when the cheese platter comes out, you've probably heard of it before. Kenilworth is west of Maroochydore on the Sunshine Coast hinterland, about 2 hours north of Brisbane. The town was settled back in 1921, and it's great how the main street has retained that 1920s feel. The district is known primarily for its farming, and as we're about to find out, the produce is what the town's mighty proud of. This is Kenilworth's handcrafted cheese factory. Now, the factory was built in 1952, and although the tradition of handcrafted cheese has been around long before that, it's good to see it's still continued here today. Well, this is a very interesting place, mate. I don't want to offend you, but this wasn't the look I had in mind for summer.
No, unfortunately, Rupert, we've got to wear that sort of gear in here with the safety and health regulations.
And this is a handcrafted cheese factory.
Definitely very handcrafted, yeah.
What's the difference between this sort of cheese and others?
Well, we actually get to put our hands in this, albeit clean and sanitised hands.
Yeah.
But in the big factories, everything is enclosed. It's all done with computer, it's automated, and it's hardly touched by human hand.
Yeah.
If something goes wrong, you can't stop the process in a big factory. In small factories, if we've got a vat that's going a bit slow, we can do things to it to help it along and still make a good product.
So to cut a long story short, this is better tasting cheese.
It's certainly got more flavour, yeah.
Have a go at that. That's pretty good. Down the hatch. But, you know, tasting the local cheese kind of just whet my appetite for more. And while you're here, why not sink your teeth into one of the local Mary Valley pies? We got curried steak, we got steak and peas, steak and kidney, steak and mushroom, steak and vegetable. In fact, if you can't find one you like amongst this lot, well, then you mustn't like pies. Hey, and don't think for 1 minute that the kids won't have anything to do if you come to Kenilworth, because the town's playground is where all the action is. As a matter of fact, it just might help me wear off a few of the pies. On the way to Umundy from Kenilworth, Bamboo Australia is definitely worth a visit. Now, this is Australia's largest bamboo plantation. There's about 30 hectares planted with 200 varieties of bamboo. So how long have you been dealing in bamboo now, Dan?
Oh, I started growing here around about 1989, so that gives us 7 years.
Yeah?
Yep.
Why did you choose this crop?
Well, bamboo that I'd seen around the world, it seemed to be the most underutilised crop. I didn't realise at the time there was 1,500 species of it.
Is that right? Well, I didn't know that.
No, I thought bamboo was bamboo and that was it. It was just that green stuff that grew and ran everywhere.
Of the 1,500 species, there are two main types of bamboo, the clumping kind and the running kind. And both varieties produce shoots that can be cut off and, believe it or not, eaten.
It'll be bitter. What is that? Yeah. That'll need a couple of changes of salt.
I think I prefer the pies. Nobody told me you had to cook them first. Well, Kenilworth has got heaps of things on offer to see and do. The handcrafted cheese factory is open to the public 7 days a week. The bamboo plantation is also open every day for tour groups if you book in advance. And of course, the town playground, which would have to be the best I've seen, is open and free to locals and visitors 365 days a year. So that's an activity-packed day in anyone's language, and really it's only a small part of what our great South East has got to offer.